Welcome to Crushing Brevard. This week we have Joanna Ross,
Yes.
General Manager of Brews here in town. It's a
Yes.
stone's throw from Crush 11 here. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you spending time with us today.
Good to be here.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you ended up in Melbourne, Florida, and how you ended up down at Brews.
Well, that's a story to tell, and it actually started decades ago. I came here to visit my grandmother, who lived in, I guess, what is now West Melbourne, but when there was just like tracts of lands, I mean, nothing to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I was younger, and I remember the only thing we did was I was allowed to play in her shed, and then I went to the dog track.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I had to sit on the floor because I don't think I was supposed to be there, but my grandmother knew everybody.
Okay.
So I remember going back home, and I was living in Michigan, and I just said, I will never, ever live in Melbourne, Florida, ever. Like I told my mom, like, that's the worst place I've ever been. Whatever, flash forward, I don't know, over a couple decades. I'm done with college in Ohio. I was living working in Detroit, and then I was living in Windsor, but all my family had moved down to Florida. And we were in Central Florida for the most part, Altamont Springs, liked it, got kind of tired of that area. And one day my son and I said, it's your spring break, let's go to the beach. We're just gonna start driving. I'm thinking like Cocoa Beach or something, never been there. I was a New Smyrna girl. And we get to Cocoa Beach and I'm like, oh no, I don't wanna stay here. So we kept driving south, found this hotel, and then we stayed the night. Didn't even know where I was.
Yep.
Next morning I'm asking them, what's there to do around here? And she's talking about the zoo, and my son was like, wow, this sounds really fun, and I like the beach. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, where are we? And she was like, you're in Melbourne, Florida. I'm like, get out. I never thought, no, I can't be in Melbourne, Florida. But you know what? I dug it. It was good. It was fine. And that was, oh gosh, that was about 9 years ago.
Okay.
So, we made a move.
Yep.
And I liked Melbourne a whole lot. And then for some reason I moved back to Lake County after about 5 years here. And then, with the pandemic and everything going on, I just wanted to make a change. So I ended up heading to Nebraska, Omaha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One too many of these. Just kidding.
Yeah, no,
and some wine.
That's how everybody ends up in Omaha.
Actually, no, I actually did have a lot of wine, and I opened a map and I said, you know what, we're gonna move. And he's like, where are we going? I'm like, I'm just gonna pick.
Nice.
There you go.
All right.
And he's like, Nebraska, and I was like, I was hoping for something cooler, like, Alaska.
Yeah.
I mean, like
cool,
something,
like temperature cooler.
Like, no, just like a cooler sounding state, because I'm like, I've
Gotcha.
never been to Nebraska.
Okay.
So we ended up in Nebraska. We were there for about almost a year, and once again, kind of the call from my family. But I love my family, but I kind of don't want to be on top of them. Like a good hour and a half is a nice little spread. So I ended up in Brevard County again. And then I realized, I said, no, I don't want to be here. So then I took a trip up to New York last fall. And I went to see my best friend who lives up there. And I walked into this restaurant called Serafina, beautiful restaurant. Ended up talking to the servers, and then this man just came up to me and he's like, do you live here? I said, wow, I'm actually kind of flattered that you think I'm a New Yorker. I'm like, good, this moxie of mine is, taking over. I got this.
There you go.
And he ended up offering me a job.
Okay.
At Serafina. And I thought about it. I thought about my best friend, who, bless her soul, we've known each other since we were in high school. And I knew that she kind of needed me to stay there.
Okay.
But, well, how do I put this? Bless her heart, she does amazing work for mental health awareness, because that's what she suffers from.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it's not like you don't quite lose somebody, but in a way you do lose them.
Yeah.
But she's still there, and she's not just my best friend, she's my sister. We're family.
Okay.
But the weird thing is I knew the owners of Brews.
Okay.
And
I'm assuming one of them is named Drew.
actually, no.
We'll get to that then. All right.
Yeah, that's a story in and of itself.
All right. Yeah, we'll get to that
story.
We'll do that after.
But so I said, you know what? I talked to the owners of Serafina, and I said I need to actually go back to Coco and check on something.
Mm-hmm.
And that something was actually a someone.
Okay.
So I kind of, I don't know, at 49 years old, and I'm a stubborn Capricorn Canadian. I mean,
you got it all piled up.
I got it all piled up. I mean, very independent. So I like to do what I like to do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up staying here because, you know, I met somebody, and I actually ended up falling in love, and he pretty much was the one that really introduced me to Brevard County.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and then the owners of, like I said, Drew's Brews, they really needed some help. And I said, you know what, let me just go take a look at this place.
Yeah.
I'm so familiar with downtown Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
I had actually never been on that street before.
Right.
I mean,
right.
You've seen it. I mean, it's a little.
Yeah, it's out of the way.
It's out of the way.
Yeah, if you're not going to Drew's Brews, you're probably not going to drive by it.
Yeah, you're not going to drive by it.
Yeah.
So we are a little hidden gem.
Mm-hmm.
But it really was. There's something
Couldn't agree
kind of cute and special and homey about it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's always a rocky start when you take something over, and you know, being in this business, a lot of change. But it's turned out to be a really great little blessing.
All right. So how long have you been working at Drew's?
Probably about 6 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
About 6 months.
You're talking about it being tucked away and hidden. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like we are literally a block.
Yeah.
I mean, you would never drive it, right?
No.
I mean, it's right there.
No.
I hadn't been there until St. Practice Day,
No.
which for those of you that don't know,
St. Practice
is awesome. It's the week before St. Patrick's Day when you go out and do a pub crawl because it says St. Practice Day.
Yeah.
So it was part of the pub crawl, and we started off down there, and it was just great. My wife went down to meet us, and she didn't do the pub crawl, but she came to meet us a different time, and you guys had some music going on outside, and she just loves it. So we've been down there a couple 3 times since then.
Absolutely.
We like it down there. So that's a great place, and that's why we have you on, because you spent more time talking to my wife than me, which, you know, for obvious reasons. Yeah, she's amazing. My wife is amazing comes up in every single one of these podcast things because it's true. So it makes it easy.
But, she was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And actually, me meeting her we were slightly overwhelmed. I had never heard of a St. Practice Day, and I knew that was kind of coming, but I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be very busy. But I met your wife, and I realized that I was running out of wine. Okay.
Well, and she has that effect on places sometimes. Anyway,
well, trust me, there's a few of my customers that when I see them coming, I panic for a minute. I'm like, where are we at here? Yeah. I said, how many liters and a half do I have? 1 case, not enough. Right. So I actually did have a case in my car, and I had parked like far away, and I like ran to go get it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And I'm like coming back like sweating, and I'm like, I have your wine. Don't go anywhere. No, and then I'm seriously, I said, I think I love you. I'm like, we become close. We're good. We're good.
Anytime you got to haul a case of wine from your car, I mean, it brings you closer together. That's how that's supposed to work.
Yeah, it does.
No, and you had the wine rep down there with the Chardonnay that she really, really likes.
Yes, that was
In fact, we're going to have him in here because
Nicholas Martin.
Nicholas Martin.
Yes,
okay, thank you.
He's pretty awesome.
Okay,
great to work with, but. I'm not a Chardonnay fan, but I
neither's my wife.
Yeah, and I thought that was. Yeah. I was blown away. I'm like, oh, this is actually good.
She's like, this isn't like drinking butter or drinking a tin can, which some of those unoaked ones, you know,
can taste like. Sauvignon Blanc to most people.
Yeah.
Citrusy, like they wouldn't notice.
Yeah, no, it's super good. So,
no, if I ran out of Pinot Grigio, I would. I mean, I don't want to say that I would switch things out and not tell people.
But you could suggest it.
I have actually.
With a clean conscience and be like, hey, you're gonna like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a try. And you guys are really good about giving samples and stuff down
Yeah,
there with
of
your
course.
beers and your wines and everything. So,
Well, we do try to keep an interesting mix, and I work with some great beer reps, and I think I want to say we have a good rapport in a certain way. What they come to me, and sometimes people in the restaurant business don't want to experiment with their taps. They want to keep it what they know, and I try to always keep several lines open where I'm like, yeah, let's play. Like, what you got? Let's play. Let's have fun. If it doesn't work, but for the most part, you know your clientele.
Yeah.
I mean.
And you saw our bar. We have 10 tap wines and 3 tap beers. So we're not really much of a beer place. But, but that's good for people that like beer. Yeah. It's good to highlight some places around here that you can go. Especially, trust me, go check it out. Yeah. It's awesome. You'll love it. They got you got the Sunday ticket, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they got Sunday ticket. Head down, which is huge because that's nice.
Yeah.
So.
Football season is packed, definitely.
Drew's Brews.
Yes.
Who's Drew?
I actually never met Drew.
Okay.
So, and I don't really know that much about him. Okay. I feel like he's honestly like an anomaly to me now.
Did he found the place and then sold it?
No, to be honest with you, that place has been 32 different places.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I honestly, when I was talking to the owners about some of their challenges, I said, you took a big leap of faith in this place then, because a lot of people would be a little intimidated coming into this business and be like, why 32?
Right. Right. Why do I think the 32nd one's going to do
it? Let me think about this. Yeah. But, it's the things they've tried before. I can understand the concepts and why they work, but it truly is more of a place where when I started looking at who's coming in, it's not a lot of tourists, because once again, it's not that easy to find. Right. But I have a lot of regulars that live around here that some of them remember it when it was a campus bar. It was like FIT's spot to go to. Okay. So I said, that's interesting. But really, I have people coming in there 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
Okay.
I mean, same.
Just pop in, have one, leave, pop it.
Yeah,
pop
they're
back in.
They know, everybody knows each other. I mean, I kind of stressed, I said, in order to get this place really kind of kicking, 3 golden rules. You work hard, be nice, and have fun. I mean, that's it. Very simple. Yeah. This isn't,
Oh yeah, the vibe there has to be kind of a neighborhood hangout
100%.
Type of thing.
100%.
For that to work. But that's the vibe you're creating.
Yeah. And that's what which is nice. We've tried to create that. I have, like I said, during football season, you were talking about that Sunday ticket. I have people come in there. They come in. They either sit by themselves or they sit with their whoever they're with. And I always get to know their names first, and then I will literally introduce people. You can read a room. Yeah. I'm like, hey, Mike and Donna. Yeah. I said, where are you from? And they're just like, North Carolina. Yeah. And I said, that's interesting, because I just met this guy, Terry, over here, who's from North Carolina. I'm like, you guys know each other? Yeah. I mean, it's a big state.
All North Carolinians know each other.
So well, one of my great girls, her name's Megan. She's from Morganton, North Carolina. Yeah. Sweet soul. I wouldn't want to be like, I don't know, piss her off, though. I mean,
all right, gotcha.
She's a mountain girl.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's got the sweetest temperament, but she's a bless your heart.
I know her. I used to live in Chapel Hill, so we all know each other, right? Yeah. When I was 8, I moved.
Small town, small state. Yes. Yeah. But interestingly enough, then they start coming in together all the time, and it's just like you can work our way around the room, and next thing I know, it's like one big living room party where everybody's just talking amongst each other,
buying beers for each other. That happens all the time.
All the time, one round after another. I mean, just like, hey.
Now you got the on the south side of the place, there's the machines.
Oh, I knew you were about to say that. The slot machines?
Yeah, the slot machines. So talk to me about how that works. When we have some
big winners, trust me, they start buying.
No, we were there. Yeah. Some guy won like $500 and
I know.
Yeah. And,
I know.
Did the whole round.
And then he went home with $300. Yeah.
So, hey, but he told me he only put 50 in, so that's a big win.
That's a good day. No,
so
but
he still came out with a profit.
So I haven't seen that anywhere else in downtown here.
Yeah, I didn't really know how that always worked, but it is a certain gaming entertainment license that you can carry. Yeah, I noticed that it's becoming popular around here, though, too.
It's I've seen it other places, like in Minnesota. We went to this place, and this guy's sitting. He's got an iPad, and he's just doing. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just playing slot machines." And I'm like, "What?"
This isn't Vegas.
Exactly. What's going on? All right, but so there's a special license you have to have. You can, you guys have that all covered, and then you can have up to a certain number of games that pay out a certain amount of money and all that kind of fun. But is it tied? It's an internet tied in thing, and okay, awesome.
Yeah, we lease out the equipment. It's a company that runs it. So.
Nice. All right, so if you're into that kind of thing, now you know where you can go.
Something else to do.
Yeah, other than sports and beer and meeting new people and listening to music and sitting outside and having a good time.
Yeah.
Which is
the MLB. They have all the
MLB package, which is important for those of us.
Of course.
Fantasy baseball.
Of course.
You have to watch the Cardinals when you go there because you guys keep giving him the freaking remote. But
I know.
Got to stop doing that.
I know.
You're driving away people in droves.
It's probably.
All right. So you're French Canadian.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so you're probably hockey. I'm guessing from your hat
100%.
and the French Canadian. All right.
100%.
So
Yes. I am a hockey fan.
which team are you? Are you a fan of the Knights, the Golden Knights? I apologize.
Actually, my daughter brought me this hat. Her dad used to live in Vegas.
Okay.
So
I was going to
she
say
went out
because
there.
we talked about Omaha
Yes.
and New York and Detroit. I haven't heard Las Vegas yet,
Yes.
but I've seen that hat a couple times.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but it's your daughter thought it was cool and bought it for you.
Yeah, but if you ask my daughter, diehard Red Wing fan.
Okay.
I mean, you
And she-
can. Oh,
And she bought a Vegas Golden Knights hat.
well, this is why I'm wearing it. Not her.
She's like, I screwed up.
Yeah, but she's like, okay.
was gonna say, 'cause
you can keep this one.
Detroit hockey, you don't. I know some guys from up
you
there. You don't lose that.
No,
That-
you don't.
That,
They were unstoppable
You don't.
in the 90s.
that sticks. That just sticks with you. So
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the other great fan base is the Detroit Lion fan base.
Okay.
Now that is a diehard fan base.
Well, you have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to my Michigander friends, but
Wow.
you don't have a choice. Like,
You don't. No.
because
No.
I think they're going to be good this year. But anyway, but we
trust
can
me.
watch the games at
Trust me.
at Drews.
2024 Super Bowl is going to the Lions. You
Oh.
heard it here first.
All right, good. There we go. There we go.
You heard it here
We'll
first.
We'll have to run that by Lauren when we have her back on. But yeah.
She'll be like,
We'll see.
well, I mean, everyone's. I think everyone thinks that they're coming up, and it's a question of whether Jared Goff is the guy that's gonna
Yeah.
be good enough to pull them through. But we'll see. Maybe they come up with somebody else. Maybe they get
100%
Aaron.
faith.
Maybe they get Aaron
got
Rodgers. All right, look
Oh,
at
God.
you. I like. I thought I'd throw that in there.
Okay.
See how bad that stung. I'm a Bears fan, so I don't. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just as bad.
That's okay. Yeah.
Brutal.
Your time will come.
I might not be alive for it, but it will come. All right, so there's two guys that own Drews. How involved are they? Are they?
It's a husband and wife. That
Okay.
owns
Oh, two
Drews.
people. Okay.
Yes. Dot and Stacy. They are fantastic. They always have some great ideas.
Yep.
Like I said, they were new to the restaurant business. They
Okay.
actually have other companies, and it was partially why I'm there was really to help navigate them. And
Yep.
sometimes I don't like working with friends in that capacity,
Okay.
but I care enough about them that, this is a great business, and to be unhappy and not knowing, what's really supposed to be happening and how things are supposed to be running, I really wanted them to have a good experience from it.
Okay.
So
you knew them before.
Yes.
You kind of.
Yeah.
They brought you in to kind of maybe help smooth out some rough edges.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the nicest way to put it. Yeah.
And it was not difficult, but where we live is because I don't live in Melbourne
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
I'm in Brevard, but I'm more in the in the Cocoa area.
Okay.
Which I think is funny because I just found out from people who live in Cocoa that when I say Cocoa, I mean it like all of it.
Right.
And they're like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
we're from here.
Right.
There's Cocoa Beach.
There's Cocoa
Merritt
Village.
Island. There's Cocoa Village.
And there's Cocoa.
Cocoa. And then there's West Cocoa and North Cocoa. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I live out in the country.
Yeah, no, so I had that with the people that I purchased this place from. They live in Cocoa Beach, and I didn't know
Yeah.
that was a you had to be very specific.
You do.
And so I said,
They get weirdly
I said,
offended.
you live up in Cocoa. They're like, Cocoa Beach. I'm like, oh, sorry.
100%.
Yeah, and that's not unusual. I'm not saying they're unusual in any way, shape, or form. They are. That's just a thing you got to be careful of down there.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing with Melbourne and Melbourne Beach. Like if you tell people, like I live in Melbourne Beach, but if people like that live over there, if you ask them, oh, you live in Melbourne, they'll be like Melbourne Beach.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't say that. I don't know enough, so.
I have just blanket terms for everything. I'm just like, no, I just call it Cocoa. But
All right.
I live technically West Cocoa.
Okay. So how many kids you got? I heard a daughter, two, son and daughter?
And son.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yes.
old?
My daughter is 27.
Okay.
And my son is 17.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah. Felt
There
like
you
I
go.
had like two only children.
Right,
I mean,
exactly. Well, no, if you get enough space between them, it throws
Yeah.
everything back in
Yeah.
everybody has their role in the family as long as they're within a couple of years of each other. But then
Right,
once you get outside of that, you have two only children. So,
yeah. But
so-
they get along like siblings do.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes. Oh, they're great.
So what kinds of stuff are you trying anything new down there as far as like happy hour?
Yep. We
Stuff
do
like
have
that.
our happy hour usually between 3 and 6.
3 and 6. Yeah, no, I saw that.
7
was
days a week.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, 5 days. We're only open 5 days.
Yeah, so you're closed Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, so don't try and go down there Tuesday and
Yes.
Wednesday because they get mad when you break
Yeah.
in and steal their stuff.
Well, a lot of times I am there.
Yeah, well,
Either
no,
Tuesday or you know how this
we're
is.
closed Monday. I had
Yeah.
3 chefs here when I got here, so
Yeah, exactly.
it happens.
It happens.
Yeah, but the open to the public Thursday through
Monday, yes.
And I like the Monday thing. I think that's smart because there's so many places around here that are closed on Monday.
Yeah, I when we were talking about it, just mostly to close one day was just to help give us a break with just staff so that someone's not stuck working 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I mean, to be honest with you, quality of life is still important. Your time off, your family time has got to be a factor.
Well, I agree. I think that if you, especially in this environment, if you do stuff that your employees feel abused or used,
Right.
you're done.
Of course.
They'll go somewhere else because there's plenty of people that are looking for cooks and
100%.
bartenders and
100%.
yeah. So
Yeah, I have a great group of people down there now. Our 2 head cooks
Okay.
are named Jamie and Shannon.
okay.
They've got a great support system with Richard and Terry, and I do have a very small front of the house. I have 2 girls.
Okay.
I think you met them both.
I met them both yesterday.
Laura and Megan.
Yeah.
And
Get it
then,
done.
yeah.
Yeah. No, they do a good job.
They do a good job.
So describe the menu for the people who haven't been there before.
So really American cuisine, I would say. Burgers, wings. We have great mahi tacos.
Okay.
Probably one of our bigger sellers. Our Philly cheesesteaks, our chicken Philly. I mean, really good, great bar food. Great,
I can attest to the Philly chicken because
I can't eat that much.
I had half of his.
I gave him the whole other half. Too.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I ate the nachos and then I ate half of
Yeah.
Chris's chicken Philly. So
Yeah.
it's always
for-
bigger than
Good
me.
sized portions there.
and I'm not saying it's small. Trust
Yeah.
me. For those of you that know me, I'm on the larger side. So I mean,
You're a baritone. We can hear it.
right? Exactly. Yeah. So, but the 6'5" is that helps a little
Yeah.
bit putting some food away. So.
That's great.
No, and I like the food down there. We haven't eaten too many. My problem is I get I'll just order nachos
Yeah.
every time I go, and then I'll eat occasional thing when somebody can't finish it. So I have to expand my. I mean, the other day
Your palate.
I came here for brunch, my own restaurant, and I'm like I got to eat something different than I normally eat every
Right.
freaking time I'm here.
Right.
So yeah, I get stuck in those ruts. So.
Yes.
I got to unrut myself at your place because
Yes.
everything I've had there has been very good.
Good,
So
good.
thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So what do you like to do? I'm assuming there's not a ton of free time because there's not.
I
but-
wish there was.
But let's say theoretically there was free time. Are you still your son still like to go to the zoo? I mean, 17 is kind of tough
Yeah.
to go with mom
no,
to the zoo.
I feel
so.
like my son and I have gotten to this place where we're almost like roommates in a way. Like we're close, we talk, we have a good time, but he's just doing his own thing, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. But I always told my kids, I said, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, when you guys move out the house, I will not suffer from empty nest syndrome.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I said, here is my list of to-do things when you guys are finally gone.
Yeah, well, and that's your job, right? Your
That's
job
my
is
job.
to get them out of the house and go
Yes.
go take care of life,
I'm
go
not,
do it.
I'm not upset. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
there's so many books I want to read,
Yeah.
but I'm a big avid fan of kayaking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice downtime.
Mm-hmm.
I love hiking. There's some great places to go in Brevard County.
Okay.
A lot of people don't even know about.
Yeah,
so,
I haven't heard anybody of all the we've done like 10 of these. I haven't heard anybody talk about hiking. So,
Yep.
Okay.
There's what is it
so
called?
where's your favorite place to go hiking?
Down, it's actually past Sebastian, so it's
Okay.
a little further down there, but it is the first national wildlife refuge in the country. It was the first one.
Okay.
And it's here in Brevard County, which I thought was really fascinating.
So does that have is places along the beach and you can kind of
Not quite on the beach, but
Right.
there's parts on the river there.
On the
but-
riverside, okay.
Yeah, but
Nice.
it's some great viewing spots and
Yeah.
different loops that you could take a couple miles. Really beautiful.
Okay.
So,
I will have to check that out. My wife is an avid walker. So,
Yes. Yeah, she would really enjoy that.
Yeah, which you probably have. Yeah, she walks very fast.
it's like Pelican Island Wildlife Refuge.
Pelican Island Wildlife Refuge. All right, nice.
Really great place to go.
Yeah.
Bird
So-
and gator watching.
I haven't seen any gators there, but
Good.
I don't test them. I don't.
Good. I'm glad
sorry.
you haven't.
I haven't seen any. No. I love people in Florida, but like I said, I'm Canadian born, kind of Michigan raised. I lived in Nebraska. I lived in Montana. I like to travel. But one thing I will not do is I do not want to be at the bottom of the food chain in these lakes. And
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no,
right.
thank you.
That's right.
No, thank you.
I'm not looking
when
forward to
they're
being
like they're
dragged in.
harmless, and I'm like, no,
No. I have a TV. I've seen.
Yeah,
I've seen some stuff.
I've seen
Geo.
stuff. I've heard stuff.
I've seen some
I'm
stuff.
good.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
I'm
That's-
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay.
I'm okay making sure that this is
Your
a relationship.
water looks like really dark, sweet tea.
Right. Right. I
I'm
remember
good.
I came down for spring break when I was in college, and we were playing golf, and there was a gator by one of the ponds, and I hit my ball over that way, and I'm like, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's good.
You keep it.
That's good over there. I'll just I'll over this way. I'll be over here somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no reason to
Yeah.
mess with those guys.
No.
They're super good at killing things. So
Oh yeah.
that's kind of
I would think so,
they're
too.
professionals. So you don't want to mess with a professional.
No.
If you have the opportunity.
That is what they do.
Do you get any? So we talked about you guys jumping into the St. Practice Day thing and having that be a bit of a jolt.
Yeah.
You got any other stuff coming up that people should know about as far as events or special
Well,
promotions or things like that? At the
We've
restaurant?
increased our music, our live music,
Yeah.
because we kind of were, dipping our feet back into that.
Mm-hmm.
So now, for the rest of this month, every Friday, we do have live music from 6 to 9.
out on the patio there.
Yes.
Yeah. So they've got a patio, nice view of the
Yep.
is it river.
River. Mhm.
River. Okay.
Yep.
I want to call it a river.
And I don't even know which river it is.
I don't even know. If, yeah, I'm not
I
sure
don't
if it is.
Turkey
a-
Creek,
Is it? I don't
I
know.
believe so.
Someone will have to look it up.
Yeah.
Link in the description. No.
Yes.
No, but we'll put the link to Drew's Brews
Yes.
down here.
Absolutely.
So people can find it. And the
Yeah.
address is
2101 Henley Court.
2101 Henley Court, and it's best to come at it from the south.
And truthfully, I don't even think I've ever even seen a sign for Henley Court. So
Yeah,
something
that's
I
true.
asked the city, I'm like, I don't think there's even a street sign that says Henley Court.
So if you know where Crush 11 is, it's a block south of there.
Yes.
That'll help. you. And-
Head to the water, but not to the beach.
Right, there you go. Right. Head to the place where all the
Head to the-
boats are,
head to
and
the
then
place where the
come
boats
up.
are.
Yeah, it's not park your car and walk. It's not that far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got
out there. It's
yeah.
Orca Park. It's beautiful right there.
Yeah, it's actually a really lovely area. I have some great neighbors. There's a great Cuban restaurant right around the corner from me, Oyambia. I work with.
So what's the relationship with those guys? Is it? I mean,
They're just we
Okay.
everybody kind of shares that space. Just good neighbors, We have a really close relationship with Riggs Outpost.
Okay.
It's I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but you can get bait and tackle there. But they have a
Okay.
great seafood market that just opened called
Really?
Hornbelly Seafood.
Okay.
So Hornbelly Seafood makes all of our fish dip. So everything's really fresh.
Ooh.
It's Florida caught. I mean, it's just really great product.
If I can get over there before my wife sees this particular episode, I can impress her with the fact that I went
Yes.
someplace because she loves seafood. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, no,
they
that'd
have
be super good.
He makes this incredible smoked salmon that,
Oh.
yeah, I could.
I'm in.
Yes,
I'm good.
Delicious.
You're
I've
already
Delicious.
sold.
60 bucks there in my head.
But I know you can rent kayaks from Riggs Outpost too, right there on the water.
Oh, nice.
So, and it's a great manatee viewing area as well.
Okay.
During the season.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a season. I didn't think those guys moved that fast. So I thought they were just kind of there wherever they
Sea
were. They were
cows,
kind of
yeah,
there.
they take their time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They will also mess you up if you interrupt them during certain periods of time. I've heard.
yes.
That's a story. That's a story for another
Whenever
time.
anything's trying to mate, like, we have no
Exactly.
aggressive.
Exactly. Is there anything else you want to tell us about the place, or like I said, promotions, anything like that?
Well, we do open every day at 11.
Yep.
We don't necessarily always have set closing hours, just because I really, if it's quiet, you know, I try to give my staff a
Yeah,
break. And,
absolutely.
You know, but normally we open at 11 and we're there
Until. Yeah.
just there until, and we like to have a good time.
Well,
So, like I said, lots of regulars. You'll meet a lot of regulars. You'll see a lot of regulars. You'll see one person that wins on those slots all the time, and if he's there, you'll most likely get a free beer.
yeah, and I can attest to the welcoming nature of everybody that works there and the people that hang out there. It's just a great place to spend an afternoon or an evening and watch a little sports on TV. Maybe take a couple pulls on the machines and have a little bit to eat. So
There you go.
It's just really
Yeah.
cool. So thanks for
thank
thanks
you.
for spending time with us. We
Thank you.
appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it too.
Yeah.
Yes.